Hi everyone, welcome back to Salmon and Cod Playtime. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video, and I cannot wait to play with you. Now in the last video, we talked about something called hours and what an hour was. We talked about how there's 12, that doesn't need to be like that, how there's 12 hours in a day, and we start our day down here at the 6. And we go from the 6, the sun starts to come up, and the sun starts to rise, and it goes all the way to the 9, and that's about when we have breakfast in the mornings. And then it goes all the way around to the 12. When it hits the 12, that's the halfway point of morning. This is our halfway point. We've gone halfway into our day. Now, from the 12 all the way back down to the 6, that's the second half of the day. This is the afternoon. This is when the sun is hot and bright. And then when it starts to become dinner time, normally at 6 is when we have dinner. Okay, this whole thing was morning, afternoon. Now at 6, this is when the nighttime is going to start. It's going to start getting a little bit darker and a little bit darker. And finally by 9 o'clock, it's fully pitch dark outside. And it goes all the way to 12 o'clock. When we hit 12 o'clock midnight, that's the middle of the night. Midnight is the middle of the night. Okay, it's when it's the darkest outside. Then it's going to go dark, 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 and then daytime begins again. And it starts to get a little lighter, and then our day starts again. So the first time we go around the clock, we talk about daytime. The second time we go around the clock, we talk about nighttime. Okay? Now, during the day, every single day, there are 12 hours in the day, which is why we have the number 12 up here. Once we hit 12, it starts again with 1. There are 12 hours in the day. The first 6 hours of the day are morning. The next 6 hours of the day are afternoon. But when you add the first 6 and the second 6, you get 12 total hours in a day. There's also 12 total hours at night. Okay? So that kind of makes sense to us. We understood that. Now, each hour can be broken up into smaller little things of time called minutes. Okay, this is where it gets fun. Are you ready? You sitting down? You listening? In every single hour, there are 60 minutes. There are 60 minutes in every single hour. And when I say 60, I mean 60. There are 60 minutes in every single hour. Now, we have on our clock, we have the hour hand, and it tells you what hour it is. Like if it was pointing at the 3, it would be 3 o'clock. But we break up that hour into 60 minutes, so we also have a minute hand. The minute hand on our clock is bigger than the hour hand. This is the hour hand. This is the minute hand. Okay, here, let's do it this way so you can read the word minute. There we go. This is the minute hand. The minute hand is bigger than the hour hand. It's the biggest hand on the clock. Okay, it's going to point to what minute it is. And remember I said it took 60 minutes to go from 1 hour to the next hour. So let's say that I wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning. That's very, very early. Okay, the sun is just starting to come up. That's very, very early. Okay, so the hour hand would be on the 6. But the minute hand actually starts, if I can get it to turn, it gets kind of stuck sometimes. The minute hand up here actually starts up here by the 12. Okay, it actually starts right up here, and minute hand will go all the way around the clock, and it wants to get all the way back to the 12. Okay, now there are 5 minutes for every single number that you see on the clock. That's how we get 60 minutes. We do our minutes in multiples of 5. What does that mean? Well, it means if the minute hand, it takes 5 minutes for the minute hand to go from right here, from the 0 start, we're going to call this the 0 starting point, from 0 to 1. So it's going to go 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. When the minute hand is right here on the 1, it's been 5 minutes because one group of 5 is 5. That's 5 minutes. So right now it would be 6:05. We say 6:05. Okay? Now let's go 10 more minutes. Let's go 5 more minutes. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. When the minute hand gets right here, the hour is 6:10 because 2 groups of 5 is 10. We are 10 minutes into this hour, okay? Remember, there are 60 minutes in every hour, and we are 10 minutes into this hour, okay? Let's go a little more. Let's say some more minutes pass. Let's say we go 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. When the minute hand is on the 3, that means that it's really 15 minutes because 3 groups of 5 is 15. So now it is 6 in the morning. It's 6:15 in the morning. Okay? Part of this hour is already gone. We're 15 minutes in. Okay? Now what if we go a little more? What if it's 6:16, 6:17, 18, 19, 20? 4 groups of 5 is 20. It is now 6:20 in the morning. Okay, that's still very early. Let's go a little more. Let's go 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. It is now 6:25 in the morning. 5 groups of 5 is 25. So when the minute hand points to the 5, you have to think about, well, what is 5 groups of 5? Well, that's 25. It's now 6:25 in the morning. Okay? Let's go a little bit more. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. When the hour and the minute hand both point to the 6, it is now 6:30. 30 is the halfway point of our hour. We have now gone half an hour because there's 60 minutes in an hour, and half of 60 is 30. So when we get to this point, we've gone halfway through our hour. It's now halfway through. We are halfway to 7 o'clock. Okay? We are now halfway to 7 o'clock because we were at 6 o'clock right here. And we're moving to 7 o'clock, and we're halfway between 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock now. Okay? Let's keep going. If we moved the minute hand to the 7, 7 groups of 5 is 35. So it would now be 6:35. Okay? What if we moved the minute hand to the 8? Well, 8 groups of 5 is 40. So it's now 6:40 in the morning. Okay? We're getting closer to 7 o'clock, but we're not quite there yet, okay? Let's move 5 more minutes. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Well, now it is 6:45 in the morning because 9 groups of 5 is 45. It's now 6:45 in the morning. Let's go 5 more minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's 6:50. Okay? The hour is 6 o'clock, but it's 50 minutes in. It's almost 7. It's almost 7. It's not quite 7 yet, but it's almost 7 o'clock. Okay? What's 5 more minutes? 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. Okay, when it's on the 11, it stands for 55 because 5 times 11 is 55. Look at that. We're almost back to the 12. We're almost there. 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. When we hit the 60, okay, when we hit the 60, it's now 7 o'clock, and this goes back to a 0, and we start the minutes all over again. Now we're at 7 o'clock. When the minute hand goes straight up, it means o'clock. It means you're right on the hour. You're at 7 o'clock, 0 o'clock, o'clock, okay? Now we're going to start again. 7:01, 7:02, 7:03, 7:04, 7:05. The hour is on the 7, and we're now 5 minutes in. Do you see that? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now it's 7, 10. 7 hours and 10 minutes in. Okay? When we go all the way around, it will have been 60 minutes, and that starts the new hour. Okay? So let's practice. Let's turn all these back over, and let's do some practice to see if you understand what I've been saying. Let's see here. Let's put the hour hand on the 4. So we're going to say it's 4 something. Let's do 4. We're going to put it right here on the 3. The hour hand's on the 4, so we know it's in the 4 o'clock hour. But how many minutes in are we? Well, 3 groups of 5 is 15. So it is now 4:15. Okay? Very good. Let's try again, because remember, minutes always go by 5s. For this long minute hand, we're always going to count by 5s. Okay? So let's try again. Let's put the hour on 1. We'll say it's 1 in the afternoon. We've already eaten lunch, and now it's 1 in the afternoon. And let's put the minutes right here. What time is that? Well, we know that the minute hand is pointing at the 6, that it's halfway. It's half of 60. And so what is 6 groups of 5? 30. It's half of 60. So it's now 1:30 in the afternoon. Okay? 1:30 in the afternoon. And this hour hand would actually be in between the 1 and the 2 when this happens, because this hour hand is moving. Did you know that? It doesn't just go from 1, bloop, straight to 2. It doesn't do this big jump thing where it goes straight from 1 to 2. It takes a full hour for this hour hand to move from the 1 all the way to the 2. So as this minute hand is moving, this hour hand is moving too. It takes 1 hour for this hand to go from the 1 all the way to the 2. So if you see it in between the 1 and the 2, you know it's the 1 o'clock hour, but it's moving towards 2 o'clock. Okay, but we're still in the 1 o'clock hour. If it's someplace in between here, it's in the 1 o'clock hour. Now, there's 60 minutes between 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock. It takes 60 minutes for this hour hand to move in between the 2 and the 3. Okay? So if this hour hand is somewhere in between the 2 and the 3, you know it's still the 2 o'clock hour, but there's some minutes in here. There's some minutes that are happening. Okay? So let's say it's 2. Let's do that right there. What time is that? Well, it's in between the 2 and the 3, which means it's in the 2 o'clock hour. But now the minute hand is pointing to the 9. And 5 groups of 9 are 45. The time is 2:45 right now. Okay? Did you understand that? Let's try another one. What if we point the hour hand at the 5? And what if we say it is 5? We'll move it right there. Okay? It's pointing towards the 5. So it is 5, but it's pointing to the 7. What's the minutes? If minutes are broken up into groups of 5, and we're on the 7. 5 groups of 7 is 35. Okay? Oops, let's turn that to where it looks like a 6. So it's now 5:35 in the afternoon. Okay? 5:35. Okay? I hope this was helpful. We will practice some more tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hopefully within the next couple of videos you will be able to master this and you're going to be an absolute pro. Okay? Thanks for playing with us. We're Salmon and Cod Playtime. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.